It's going to be a lot of arguments about, oh, he's better because he scored more points. Oh, he's better because I like his game better. Oh, he's better because he won more rings. This conversation never goes anywhere. Because winning a ring is a whole different game than being a great player and having stats and having this and having that. I can have more stats if I didn't care about winning a ring.
So D-Wade finally addresses the debate between him and Harden as to who's the better shooting guard between the two of them. Now, a couple of NBA players have come out with statements and made a case for both players as to which one is objectively better. Some even believe Harden has overtaken Wade, and others are still putting Wade in that third spot and saying Harden isn't there just yet and Wade is still that guy. And Patrick Beverley was the one that sparked up the debate again.
I seen the comparison with James Harden and D-Wade. While I'm taking James Harden over D-Wade, it's only because longevity.
And since then, everybody has been debating whether who's actually better. From First Take to NBA Players Podcast. Take a listen as to what these guys had to say about it.
What stands out the most about James Harden is averaging 40 points a game for 40 games. I think that was the most dynamic. In 2019, I believe, he averaged 40 a game for 40 games. We never seen anything like that in our era. And the way he was doing it, regardless of how you feel about it, getting 50, 15, and 12. You know what I'm saying? So he covered the board when it came down to it. And top five, I definitely got to say, when it's Cole, Mike, AI. And then there's always the conversation between him and D-Wade. With those stats alone, 40 a game for 40 games, you got to put him in front of D-Wade.
Harden's very good. I love him. I play with him. I had my best year of my career with James Harden, but I'd probably have to rank D-Wade over him, especially because we're talking about both sides of the ball as well. It's D-Wade.
I gotta agree with Chandler. I'm going D-Wade on this one. Both of those guys are obvious first ballot Hall of Famers. D-Wade already having his way with that, but he's a champion. The things that he was able to do, the way, again, we talk about shifting cultures. Dwayne Wade shifted culture in Miami and turned that team into a champion with Shaquille O'Neal, and then twice more with LeBron and Chris Bosh. You saw the work that he put in and what he was able to accomplish based on what he did at that two-guard position, and James is still seeking that type of success. Individual success, he's had it. That's one of the things that you can't take away from James Harden. But at this point of his career, he'll tell you he'll probably trade all of that in for a shot at the NBA championship. And that's something that D-Wade has experienced time and time again. And so, no, I'm not buying. I think it's still D-Wade.
I think James Harden is the number 3 shooting guard all time. Me, just watching this game, going against him, competing against him. It was real life scheme. You had to scheme for D-Wade too. But James Harden, when he was by himself in Houston, bro, they was going to the Western Conference Finals every year. They was doing all this stuff. And he was unbelievable, averaging 35, 8.
Yes. He's one of the easiest scorers there's been.
He was unguardable. And no offense, I ain't trying to disrespect D-Wade. Before Bron got there, no disrespect to you too, Miami was damn near, y'all was competing with us, the Hawks. We was going back and forth.
Yeah.
We wasn't like that. Then Bron came, different strategy.
Now, Wade was actually giving Harden his props and tried to avoid the debates on All the Smoke podcasts.
What James Harden has become, beard, it's undeniable. It's undeniable that he's one of the greatest ever touched the basketball. You know what I'm saying? From a scoring standpoint, make it look easy. What he's done, just the way he's able to score this basketball in the ways, we just never seen it like this before. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's getting hate, because we've never seen it like this before. So he got to take that Allen Iverson hate. Yeah. Because he's one of the first ones to do it the way he's doing it. But keep going, bro. Do it your way.
Yeah. And now he recently gives his new take on the debate.
This is how I look at it. I'm going to simplify this as how I look at it, right, when it comes to that. It's going to be a lot of arguments about, oh, he's better because he scored more points. Oh, he's better because I like his game better. Oh, he's better because he won more rings. This conversation never goes anywhere.
It's a good conversation.
And so it's a great conversation to have, but for me, it is what it is from the standpoint of, I feel like let's use this as a hotel. Let's use a hotel. All right, the hotel has 30 floors. Okay? We're talking about an access key. When I look at the game, I look at who has an access key to get to the 30th floor. Okay? So the 30th floor access key in winning, I can't go to 30. Bill Russell's up there. Jordan up there. I may be on floor 25, but I ain't at floor 30. That doesn't mean anything to me. It just means that I don't have access to go to that floor. So if you have not won a ring, it doesn't mean you're not colder than somebody who won a ring. You just don't have access to go to the ring floors.
Absolutely.
You can't have this conversation with us.
No, that's the perfect. Hey, you just got
That's all. You can be colder, somebody can like your game better, but you can't come and listen to these conversations because winning a ring is a whole different game than being a great player and having stats and having this and having that. This is the sacrifice. I can have more stats if I didn't care about winning a ring.
Yep.
So this is a different conversation.
Another ball,
man.
Yeah,
so
you going yay right now? You go, yay. Keep going. Hold on, hey. Hold on, we gotta put some more wide up. We got some power here. Go right here. Hey, right here.
Hey, man, these are nice couches, man. You got what? Hey, don't spill that yak on my.
That is alpaca.
What did he say on Friday?
Hitting them corners too hard.
Them corners too hard. Spill that yak on. But that's how I view it because the conversation is sexy. It builds audience because we all have different perspectives, and so you like a style of a player more than he likes a style of a player. You guys can argue about that. This is great barbershop talk. But when you want to talk about winning versus talent and individual players, you can't bring those together and say he's not great because he didn't win a championship. You know what that takes to win a championship? Yeah. So this is different access, Keith. This is different conversations. That you know what, bro, you cold. But you can't come up to this flow.
Levels, my boy.
You can't come up to this flow.
I love it.
There's no question that the rings matter. Why? Because James Harden, as great as he is, and I applaud the year that he's having and the performance that he has put forth since he's been in the Clippers uniform, in recognizing him as one of the greatest scoring sensations that this game has ever seen, particularly with his play while he was in Houston all of those years, D. Wade is next level. And I'm gonna say this on national television to D. Wade, my brother. I'm getting sick and tired of you diminishing who the hell you are. You ain't no 25th floor. You the 30th floor. That's a 3-time champion there we're talking about with Dwayne Wade. That's a guy that recruited LeBron James. That's a guy that sacrificed a lot of his game to facilitate LeBron James being who he is, because LeBron James was great and greater than D. Wade, and D. Wade would be the first to admit that. But LeBron hadn't tapped into his pure greatness until he paired with Dwayne Wade. So Dwayne Wade, arguably the third greatest off guard in the history of basketball behind MJ and Kobe. Okay, we could throw Oscar Robertson there, all this other stuff, but Dwayne Wade is right there in that conversation. His selflessness, his leadership, his commitment to winning, his willingness to sacrifice so wins could take place, and everything that came with it, all contributes to winning.
I mean, it's tough to actually choose who's better because Wade is a 3-time champ and a finals MVP. And on the other hand, Harden is an MVP and a 3-time scoring champ. I give it to Wade because he did go to the finals 4 times and won 3 of them, while Harden has only been there once. Of course, Wade never went up against the greatest team ever in the Warriors, but Harden hasn't really made any noise these past few years in the postseason. Let me know who you guys think is better. And always like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one.